Hello, hello, hello. Right, welcome to the football show. Hope you're all doing fantastic. It is Wednesday, 28th of August, and we're back again. Today is all the evenings, EFL Cup, UCL, UECL, La Liga, and more action. We're going to keep you up to date with everything that happens. Starting off, we're just going to do the games that have finished already. 5 p.m. BST, Leverkusen took on Karl Zeiss Jena in the DFB Pokal round number 1, and Jonas Hoffmann's 52nd minute goal was the only goal, and Bayer for Leverkusen got a 1-0 victory over them. Ghent have defeated Partizan Belgrade 1-0 in the second leg of the Conference League qualification final, winning 2-0 on aggregate and are through to the Conference League. And Başakşehir beat 10-man St. Patrick's Athletic 2-0, 2-0 on aggregate, and are also through. In the Saudi Pro League, Al Ettifaq defeated Al Akdud 1-0. The goal was scored by Dembele. Games that are currently playing in La Liga, Athletic Club Bilbao are 1-0 up over Valencia. It was a 45th minute goal by Benet Prados. That's nearly in the second half. And Real Valladolid are 0-0 with Leganes a few minutes till the second half. In their Champions League qualification final, second leg, Dinamo Zagreb are 2-0 up over Karabag FK after 58 minutes in. It was Piaka before halftime, 32 minutes in, and a Matthew Silva own goal, 53 minutes in. It's 5-0 on aggregate after a 3-0 first leg. In the Serie B at 7:30 p.m, Cesena take on Catanzaro. Cosenza take on Spezia. And Juve Stabia take on Mantova. In Saudi Pro League, both have just kicked off. Al Hilal take on Damak FC, and Al Weda take on Al Oroba. In Champions League qualification final second legs, coming up in about an hour's time, Red Star Belgrade v Bodo Glimt, Slavia Praha v Lille, and Slovan Bratislava versus Midtjylland. Bodo Glimt with a 2-1 advantage, Lille with a 2-0 advantage, and Bratislava and Midtjylland level 1-1. In a 30 minutes, Wolves take on Burnley in the EFL Cup, and then from 7:45, it's Wimbledon v Ipswich, Cardiff v Southampton, Colchester v Brentford, Swansea v Wickham, and West Ham v Bournemouth in an all-Prem affair, and Nottingham Forest v Newcastle at 8 p.m. And then from 8:30 p.m. in La Liga, Atletico Madrid take on RCD Española, and Real Sociedad take on Deportivo Alaves. So let's get ready to rock and roll in the live stream. Earlier today in the Australian Cup round of 16, Moreton City Excelsior beat 10-man Perth Glory 3-2. Oakley Cannons beat Heidelberg United. It was 1-1, but they won on pens. And Melbourne Victory beat Spirit FC 4-0. In the Austrian Cup, Grazer beat Reschenau 9-0. Sturm Graz, who are down to 10 men, are beating Riyadh 3-1 after 90 minutes. BW Linz are beating SPG Holger Wells 1-0. And we've had a goal. Al Weda have scored. They lead Al Araba 1-0. That goal's come 3 minutes in that game. Anyway, back to what I was saying. After 76 minutes, Austria Vienna are 2-1 up over Asko Owet. 49 minutes in, at halftime, Würzburg are 1 up over Kapfenberger at halftime, and Wolfsberger and SV Valen after 24 minutes in are 0-0. The second half has begun. Athletic Bilbao 1, Valencia 0, and the other game. Ba ba ba. Ba ba. Ba ba ba.
What?
Where's mine?
You've had something, haven't you?
No, in the last 10 minutes.
No.
Little and often. Let's have a look at the starting lineup for Wolves versus Burnley. For Wolves, 4-2-3-1, Bentley in goal. Aït-Nouri at left back, Lima right back, Bueno and Dawson are the two centre backs. Doyle and Traore are CDMs with Chiquinho, Pablo Sarabia and Podence in midfield, and it's Guedes up at that striker role. Hladkey in goal. A back five, Humphreys, Egan, Riley, Worrell, McNally and Sambo. Midfielders Masengo, Brownhill and Maybury. And Hutonji and Rodriguez are up front. And we're going to have a look at two starting lineups for the other game. 7:45 p.m. West Ham v Bournemouth. It's a 4-1-4-1 for West Ham. Fabianski in goal. Cresswell, Kilman, Todibo and Wan-Bissaka in the back line from left to right. The CDM is Alvarez, and from left to right, Somerville, Soucek, Ward-Prowse and Captain Bowen in midfield. And it's Niklas Fulkrug up at striker. For Bournemouth, 4-2-3-1, Captain Neto in goal. Hill, Senesi, Huijsen and Smith from left to right in the back line. Christie and Scott are CDMs with Sinistera, Tavernier and Owatara in midfield. And Jebinson up top at striker. As for Colchester v Brentford, 3-1-4-2 for Colchester, Mason goal. A back three of Iandolo, Goodliff and Hunt. Woodyard is CDM with Oni, Donnelly, Anderson and Captain Reed in midfield. And it's Ionaven and Hopper in the striker role. And for Brentford, it's Valdemarson at goalkeeper. Vandenberg and Trevitt are the three centre-backs. Damsgaard left wing-back, Janouts right wing-back. Yarmluk and Onyeka are the central midfielders. Lewis Potter's left wing, Carvalho right wing, and Shard is striker as well. What happened yesterday after me live streams finished? The later games, Barrow versus Derby was 0-0 and it went all the way to a penalty shootout where Barrow won 3-2. Preston North End thrashed Harrogate Town 5-0. Leicester beat Tranmere 4-0. Sheffield Wednesday beat Grimsby 5-1. Crystal Palace beat Norwich 4-0. Fulham beat Birmingham 2-0. Walsall beat 10-man Huddersfield 3-2 in a turnaround, I think. QPR v Luton went all the way to pens. It was 1-1, but QPR won 4-1 on that penalty shootout. Everton did beat Doncaster in the end 3-0. Brighton beat 10-man Crawley 4-0. Blackpool got the better of Blackburn 2-1. And then Stoke obviously thrashed Middlesbrough 5-0. In Champions League qualification, Young Boys beat Galatasaray, who went down to 10 men 1-0. Young Boys won 4-2 on aggregate. Young Boys in Champions League, Galatasaray in Europa League. Salzburg and Dynamo Kiev ended 1-1, but Salzburg had a 3-1 aggregate win. Salzburg into that Champions League and Dynamo Kiev to the Europa League. And Sparta Prague beat Malmo FF 2-0, 4-0 aggregate. Sparta Prague into the Champions League and Malmo into the Europa League. I believe that's how it works. DFB Pokal, Prussen Munster lost 5-0 to Stuttgart. It was 3-0 when I ended the live stream, but Watermada scored 72 minutes in, and Karazor got a penalty 80 minutes in. Second half has just begun. Real Valladolid versus Leganes in La Liga. EFL Trophy Crew did beat Liverpool Academy 5-1. And in Serie B, Barry did get the draw over 10-man Sassuolo 1-1. Carrarese beat Sodetrol 2-0. Cittadella and Pisa drew 1-1. Frosinone and Modena drew 1-1. Cremonese lost 1-0 to Palermo. Reggiana beat Brescia 2-0. And 10-man Salernitana beat Sampdoria 3-2. And Nasser thrashed Alfaya 4-1. It was Talisca 5 minutes in, Ronaldo 45 plus 10 minutes in, Brozovic 85 minutes in, Sakala got one back 87 minutes in, and then Talisca scored 90 plus 5 minutes in as well. Hartberg beat Lafnit, who were down to 10 men 6-0 in the Austrian Cup. And in Serie A of Brazil, Vasco da Gama beat Atletico Paranaense 2-1 as well as that as well. And Pyramids did win in the end. Both teams got a red card. It was 1-1 after 90 minutes. And in the 120 plus second minute, Ben Youssef got a red card for Al Masry. But Pyramids won the penalty shootout 4-3. So they are into the Egypt Cup final where they'll play ZED, who beat Ismaili 1-0. But I know you don't care. So yeah, that's what's happening. The goal, by the way, by Alweda was scored by Odion Igalo. That was 1 minute in. It still remains Alweda 1, Alaroba 0. Good stuff. We're going to take a very short break, but we will be back just before the Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Burnley game kicks off in just under 20 minutes time. See you in a few. Okay, we're back. Hello. We have just under 15 minutes until kickoff in the EFL Cup first game that's taking place. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Burnley at the Molineux. Of course, round 2 of the EFL Cup. Just to let you know, guys, for round 3 of the EFL Cup, it's a little bit different this year. Of course, we have the UEFA Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League draws tomorrow, where we will finally see how it all happens because it is brand new. Of course, one team will play 2 different clubs from each pot, 4 games at home, 4 games away. There will be 4 pots for the Europa League and Champions League. You'll play 2 teams from each pot, 8 games in total. As for the Conference League, you'll play 1 team from each pot. There's 6 pots, 3 at home, 3 away. Anyway, for round 3 of the EFL Cup, for the Premier League teams that are involved in UEFA Champions League or UEFA Europa League action, they cannot face each other. So Liverpool and Manchester City can't face each other, etc., in round 3. The other Premier League teams that aren't in Europe football or Conference League, for example, Chelsea, can play another big side. So Chelsea could take on Man City, but Man City couldn't take on Liverpool. That's for round 3, due to it clashing with the Champions League and Europa League games as well. But Conference League starts a bit later because they only play 6 games. Anyway, that's the fun we can have a look at when it comes around to it. Dinamo Zagreb are still leading Karabag FK 2-0. It was 3-0 in the first leg. It's 5-0 on aggregate. It's a walkover. Real Valladolid and Leganes are yet to score in this game in La Liga. 55 minutes gone. And both sides have done reasonable. Real Valladolid, 1-0 win over Espanyol on match day 1 and a 3-0 defeat to Real Madrid on match day 2. As for Leganes, it was 1-1 draw with Osasuna on match day 1 and a 2-1 victory over Las Palmas on match day 2. So we shall see, of course. Real Valladolid have scored 1, conceded 3. As for Leganes, they've scored 2, conceded 2. They've scored 3, conceded 2. So it is a spaghetti carbonara. Real Valladolid scored 8 in their last 5, but they haven't lost to Leganes in their last 6 meetings. 3 wins and 3 draws. And Real Valladolid are unbeaten in 13 home games. As for Leganes, they've scored 8 in their last 5 games. They're unbeaten in 5 away games, and they haven't lost a game in their last 8. What a surprise. At the moment, Barcelona are top of the table, 3 out of 3 wins, 9 points. Second is Villarreal with 2 wins and a draw, 7 points. Third is Celta Vigo, 2 wins and a loss, 6 points. Leganes, as it stands, will be 4th with 5 points, but should they be able to win, they can rise up to 3rd with 7. Depending on how much they win by, they could go to 2nd. Villarreal have a +2, Leganes with a +1 at the moment. Real Madrid, of course, and Atletico Madrid haven't played their 3rd game of the season, both on 4 points, a win and a draw. Osasuna the same. Athletic Club Bilbao are the same. They are winning right now, but they have played their 3 games, a win, a draw, and a loss. Real Vallecano, a win, a draw, and a loss, 4 points. Real Valladolid, a win, a draw, and a loss at the moment, 4 points. But should they be able to win, that could be 2 wins and a loss. Real Sociedad have a win and a loss. Getafe, Real Betis have 2 draws. Sevilla and Mallorca are 2 draws and a loss. Las Palmas is a draw and a loss. Deportivo Alaves, a draw and a loss. Girona, a draw and a loss. And Espanyol, 2 losses. And Valencia, right now, are bottom, 3 losses out of 3. Not looking great for them. Of course, they trail at the moment. Last game that Leganes and Real Valladolid played was in La Liga 2 on the 3rd of Feb. It ended 0-0. Before that, it was 1-1. And before the last time there was a winner, it was when Real Valladolid beat Leganes 1-0 on the 2nd of January 2022 in La Liga 2. The goal scorer was Sean Westman. Nowadays, he plays for Granada, so he's not knocking about anymore. Last time Leganes got a win was all the way back on the 1st of December 2018 in La Liga, where it ended 4-2 to them. They were away in that game, so maybe we could see something like that. Last time they faced each other in La Liga was on the 13th of June 2020. Leganes were at home, but Real Valladolid won 2-0. It's Enes Unal on the 2nd minute with the opener. Ruben Alcaraz made it 2-0 54 minutes in, and Oscar Rodriguez got a penalty 84 minutes in to bring 1 back for Leganes at home, but it wasn't to be. So in the last 15 games, Real Valladolid have 5 wins, Leganes have 6, and there's been 4 draws. In this tournament, though, Real Valladolid, 1 win, 1 draw, and 2 wins for Leganes. And at home for Real Valladolid, 3 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. And at home in this tournament, Real Valladolid have never beaten Leganes in La Liga at home. They've drawn once and they've won once, being a 4-2 loss and a 2-2 draw. In that order. As for Athletic Club v Valencia, Nico Williams came on at the break on the 58th minute, just a moment ago, by the way, for Athletic Club Bilbao for Alvaro Giallo. And Andre Almeida came off for Rafa Mir on the 59th minute for Valencia. It's been 8 shots, 3 on target for Athletic Club, 1 shot, none on target for Valencia. 1.1 XG for Athletic Club with a 0.12 for Valencia. 54% of average possession is to Athletic Club with 46% of average possession to Valencia. Top player at the moment is Prados, who scored the goal as well. Both teams are coming off a loss. Valencia was a 3-1 defeat to Celta Vigo. Athletic Club was a 2-1 defeat to Barcelona. Some insights in the game. Athletic Club Bilbao have scored 6 goals in the last 5 matches and have been awarded the most penalties this season and haven't kept a clean sheet in their last 5 matches. Valencia have scored 6 goals in their last 5 matches as well, conceded the most penalties this season, and haven't won an away game in their last 6 away games. Could be 7 if they lose this game. Nine minutes till Wolves v Burnley. Coming up tomorrow, we have the Conference League qualification second legs, all of the other games, including Chelsea travelling to Servette with a 2-0 advantage, Fiorentina v Puskás FC Academy 3-3, and Real Betis hosting Curvebaz with a 2-0 advantage. Some earlier games, Harken travel to Heidenheim with a 2-1 deficit. Vikingur travel to Santa Coloma with a 5-0 lead. Copenhagen travel to Kilmarnock with a 2-0 lead. And Legia Warszawa travel to Drita with a 2-0 lead. Cercle Bruges host Wisław Krakow with a 6-1 lead. St. Gallen travel to Trabzonspor Stadium with nothing separating them, 0-0. Olimpia Ljubljana host Rijeka with a 1-1 first leg. Omonia Nicosia travel to Zira with a 6-0 lead. Klaksvik travel to HJK with a 2-2 draw, and Brann travel to Astana with a 2-0 advantage. In La Liga, is Girona v Osasuna at 6 p.m. BST, and Las Palmas host Real Madrid from 8:30 p.m. In Europa League qualification final second leg, Ludogorets travel to Petrograd with a 4-0 advantage. Elfsborg host Molde with a 1-0 advantage. Ajax host Jagiellona 4-1. On aggregate, they play at home. Anderlecht host Dinamo Minsk with a 1-0 advantage. Besiktas and Lugano had a 3-3 first leg. LASK travel to FCSB 1-1. That is. Victoria Pilsen travel to Hearts of Midlothian with a 1-0 advantage. Ferencvárosi travel to Banja Luka. It was a 0-0 first leg. Braga travel to Rapid Vienna with a 2-1 advantage. PAOK Thessaloniki travel to Shamrock Rovers with a 4-0 advantage. And Maccabi Tel Aviv travel to Baka Topola with a 3-0 advantage. In the Saudi Pro League, Al Riyadh take on Al Khaloud. Al Ittihad take on Al Tawoun. And Al Khalij take on Al Shabab. Darling, I gotta stay. Hi. Hiya. Avina. And a big game coming up tomorrow, 5 p.m. BST. Jordan hosts North Korea. That's going to be one you won't want to miss. So make sure you got your TV on. It's not on TV, unfortunately. On Friday, in Serie A, Venezia take on Torino and Inter Milan take on Atalanta. In the Bundesliga, Union Berlin take on St. Pauli. Ligue 1, Lyon take on Strasbourg. In Eredivisie, Waalwijk take on AZ Alkmaar. In the Championship, Luton Town take on QPR. And in National League North, Scunthorpe take on Kidderminster Harriers. Games in Premier League 2, Fulham Academy take on Leicester City Academy, Arsenal v Aston Villa, Blackburn v Man United, Derby v Newcastle, Leeds v Crystal Palace, Reading v Nottingham Forest, Southampton v Tottenham, and West Ham v Norwich. And on Saturday, Premier League is back again with another week. Arsenal hosting Brighton, Brentford v Southampton, Everton v Bournemouth, Ipswich v Fulham, Leicester City v Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest v Wolves, and West Ham v Man City. The predictions have been recorded. They'll be out on Friday. In the Serie A, it's Bologna v Empoli, Lecce v Cagliari. What the fuck is happening? The tab's just opened. Lazio v AC Milan, SSE Napoli versus Parma. Not Parma Ham. Wait, is that a thing? What's just happened? It's just gone white. Why is it? Okay, we're back. Don't know what happened, but I do. It's down on my laptop. I don't know why it's not working on my laptop. So I'm going to have to pull up FotMob on my laptop and stream on my phone, which isn't ideal, but what can you do, guys? What can you do? Tell me, what can you do? Not much, unfortunately. I still get the notifications on my phone, so that's fine. But I can't use the app. Back to what I was saying on Saturday. I'll restart what I was saying because I don't know where I was when it cut out. On Saturday, we'll start again in the Premier League. All times will be in British summertime. Arsenal v Brighton at 12:30 p.m. And the 3 p.m. games, Brentford versus Southampton, Everton versus Bournemouth, Ipswich versus Fulham, Leicester City versus Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, and 5:30 p.m. West Ham v Manchester City. In the Championship, it's Burnley v Blackburn at 12:30, as well as Cardiff v Middlesbrough and Coventry v Norwich. 3 p.m. you can see Derby v Bristol City, Leeds v Hull, Millwall v Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford United v Preston, Plymouth v Stoke, Portsmouth v Sunderland, and West Brom v Swansea. In La Liga, it's Barcelona v Real Valladolid at 4 p.m. Athletic Club v Atletico Madrid at 6 p.m. Espanyol v Real Vallecano at 6:15. 8:30 is Leganes v Mallorca and Valencia v Villarreal. Action in League 1 and League 2 and the National League as well. In Bundesliga, 2:30 p.m. Bochum v Mönchengladbach. Frankfurt v Hoffenheim, Holstein Kiel versus Wolfsburg, VfB Stuttgart v Mainz, Werder Bremen versus Borussia Dortmund, and Bayer for Leverkusen take on RB Leipzig at 5:30 p.m. Serie A, Bologna v Empoli, Lecce v Cagliari at 5:30 p.m. and 7:45 p.m. Lazio v AC Milan and SSC Napoli v Parma. In Ligue 1, it's Brest v Saint-Etienne at 4 p.m. Montpellier versus Nantes at 6 p.m. and Toulouse v Marseille at 8 p.m. Also action in the National League and National League North and National League South. Wolverhampton Wanderers v Burnley has just kicked off. In Premier League 2, it's Brighton and Hove Albion Academy v Wolves Academy. And Premier League under 18s, Derby v Stoke, Man United v Liverpool, Middlesbrough v Wolves, Reading v Crystal Palace, Tottenham v Brighton, Chelsea v Leicester, Leeds v Sunderland, Southampton v Aston Villa, West Brom v Arsenal, Blackburn v Newcastle, and Norwich v Fulham. Action in Scottish Premiership, Dundee v St Mirren, St Johnstone v Motherwell, and Ross County v Aberdeen. As well, that's all what's happening on Saturday. I will get bombarded, of course, with all the notifications and everything. At 7:45 with all of the games happening. And then tomorrow it will be crazy. We'll have loads of Conference League and Europa League qualification final second legs happening. Couple of moments left in Dinamo Zagreb's game versus Karabag. It's 2-0 to Dinamo at the moment. 5 on aggregate. There's no coming back for Karabag, even if they can score 3. Do you know what I mean? Really want to sing Red card for Karabag. It's going from bad to worse. Kevin Medina of Karabag has just received a red card in the dying stages in the 89th minute. Whether Dinamo Zagreb can find a third from that, we shall see. Karabag down to 10 men now. They're already 2-0, 5-0 down. But yeah, not great for them. And the game between Uwe Stabia and Mantova in Serie B has just kicked off. Cesena v Cantanavaro, or however you pronounce it, in the same league has also just kicked off. And Al Oroba have got a leveller against Al Weda in the Saudi Arabian League. It's 1-1. Ba 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Of course, we'll be live again, same time, same place tomorrow about 5 to 7 p.m. for all the UEFA Europa League and UEFA Europa Conference League qualification final second legs. So we'll have quite a few games going on. No live stream on Saturday, Friday or Saturday, of course. Sunday, we may do Manchester United versus Liverpool Premier League watch on, I'm not sure. And then it will be back the following week. We shall see, of course. Will we see a goal early on in any of these games? Wolves and Burnley, of course, will want to get off to a quick start. To stay in the competition, Kozenia versus Spezia has just kicked off in Serie B. It's good to see that game underway. About 9 minutes until the EFL Cup games have started taking place. A bit of news. Brentford confirmed the arrival of 18-year-old Nunes from Gremio. Ogbene seals a Premier League return. He signed from Luton Town to Ipswich. Let's have a look at some big transfers while we're waiting for something to happen. Yassin Adli has joined Fiorentina on loan from AC Milan. Yusufa Makoko has joined Nice on loan from Dortmund for a year. Nicolas Goza has joined Nantes from Wolfsburg. Braybrook has joined Dundee from Leicester on loan. Roldsoy has joined Sands from Molde. Skusev has joined Sarpsborg from Ranheim. And full-time Karabag FK 0, Dinamo Zagreb 2. Dinamo Zagreb victorious 5-0 on aggregate. Some real full signing, Alessandro Riccio, has joined Sampdoria from Juventus for a fee of, not sure, undisclosed, with the contract until 2027. Hannibal Mabry has joined Burnley from Manchester United for a fee of €6.5 million with a contract until June 2028. I want to change currency if possible. I don't think I can do that. Never mind. Find someone like you. Chiedozie Ogbene has joined Ipswich from Luton for €9.6 million. And then I don't really care about any of these other transfers. They don't really matter. Ba, 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 ba. 80 minutes gone. Athletic Club still lead Valencia 1-0 and Real Valladolid Villaganes still 0-0 after 76 minutes. Games coming up in the Champions League. Red Star Belgrade v Bodo Glimt, Slavia Prague v Lille, and Slovan Bratislava v Midtjylland. Bodo Glimt and Lille with an advantage. Slovan Bratislava Midtjylland versus Midtjylland could go either way. Ghent, of course, sealed their place in the Conference League with a win over Partizan Beograd 1-0, 2-0 aggregate. And Basekcia beats St Patrick's Athletic 2-0 after a 0-0 first leg. And Ala Roba have scored another. They're 2-1 up over Al-Weda now. 39 minutes played. Al-Weda 1, Al Araba 2, Saudi Arabian Football League. In the Serie B, Cesena 0, Catanzaro 0, Cosenza 0, Spezia 0, and Uve Stabia 0, Mandova 0 after 6 minutes of action. Yeah, Saudi Pro League. Al Hilal v Damak is still 0-0 at the moment, and Al Ettifaq beat Al Akdud 1-0 in the earlier game. In the Cape Town, in the semi-final of the South African Cup, Cape Town City and Orlando Pirates drew 1-1, and Stellenbosch are 1-up over Mamelodi Sundowns after 82 minutes. In the South Korean Cup semi-final, Ulsan HD was 2-2 with Gwangju, but a 3-2 win on aggregate, and Pohang Steelers beat Jeju 2-1, 4-3 on aggregate as well. Whoa! News coming in now. Manchester United centre-back Johnny Evans has retired from international football. Honestly, he might as well have retired from it all. But yeah, Johnny Evans has retired from playing with Northern Ireland. He played 107 times for Northern Ireland. His first and last appearance were both against Spain, 18 years apart. Give you my all once in a lifetime, 'cause I'm pretty sure that you are. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. 10 minutes played now. Wolves 0, Burnley 0. Load of action to come though, hopefully. We don't have a 0-0 affair, because that would be well boring. Darwin Núñez has been handed a 5-match ban following a brawl which happened in a Copa America fixture, in which he was, I believe, trying to protect his family. It's an international suspension. It was after the Uruguay v Colombia game, when there was a bit of problems with their families in the stands. And of course, he jumped into the stands, so he has been given a 5-match international ban, in which he cannot play any international matches for Uruguay. Ba, 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 ba. Mom.